we are live. Gotta wait for some people to get in here. Can you send a message to Annie Kathy to double check the sound? And then I need your phone to keep track of the live chat. Okay. This is crazy. I can't believe you turned off my laptop.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to press the book on it. Oh, and mash it up.
Okay, so we're just going to wait a few seconds here for a few people to join us. And then we'll be good to go. I just want to change. Un momento, por favor. I'm just going to wipe the screen. And then we're going to get started because, of course, this live will be saved for us to review later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so if anybody has any issues with sound, please let us know. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is our second time doing YouTube on live. So we want to thank you all for joining us. We are going to be discussing today the January forecast. So normally we do this in a blog post. So we wanted to try something a little bit different and give a visual to go with the information that we put in our blog post. So today we're going to be covering, everything from what planets are going direct or what planets are retrograding to, how to take advantage of the different energies throughout the month and cater to, some of the things that you may have going on, and also kind of explain what or why you've been feeling the way you've been feeling about certain things. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to move our lighting a little bit closer here, and then
Blinding.
we can go.
It's blinding, it is.
What? It's closer. It's going to get worse.
I know.
Well, people can't see your face, so. So we're just
making some adjustments.
Yeah, sorry about the movement here. Okay. So, I guess we should have introduced ourselves because there's going to be some people who don't know who we are. So I'm Sandra-Lee Shaw. I'm the owner of 808 Co. I do everything. So
Legit.
This is this is our spiritual practitioner. Her name is Allison. She's my mom.
Hello.
Also goes by Exhale, Breathe, Begin. And she's our spiritual practitioner. So she's going to be guiding majority of this conversation today. And then from there, we're going to get started.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you for joining us. I much appreciate it. And Happy New Year to all, although it is the new calendar year. I celebrate New Year's like the calendar year, but I also celebrate the spring equinox, which is the astrological New Year in March. So, but Happy New Year. Happy 2024. This year kind of started off in a shadowy energy, I guess you can say, because we were in Mercury Retrograde coming into 2024, and it went direct January 1st. So, and then we have 2 weeks of a shadow period with Mercury Retrograde. So we're still feeling the effects of Mercury Retrograde for another little bit, another week or so. And, that's just kind of adding to this purging energy that's been happening, because I know so many people have been reaching out as to what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? And it's just like shadow energy from last year was all about purging, releasing things coming up to the surface to be let go, and really starting to allow yourself to get into more of a creative energy where you are becoming that vibrational match to the life that you wish to live, the life that your heart has been desiring to live, so to speak. So it's really important to um, kind of flow with it, even in the heaviest times when it doesn't feel so good. um, so there's a lot happening as far as taking responsibility for ourselves, taking responsibility for, how we communicate and how we progress and how we are clearing our own energy. And it's like that mind, body, and soul connection. So it's a lot of information processing, and this is why it can feel so heavy and imbalanced, I guess you would say. But I mean, it's good because we're allowing ourselves to move into balance through our own self awareness and mindfulness, and allowing ourselves to be present in each moment. And just like, when you're feeling crappy, say it's okay that I'm feeling crappy. Why am I feeling crappy? And process it and ask yourself those questions. Like when things outside of you are triggering, go within and work through them so that you are, taking responsibility for yourself and whatnot. So that's a big part of the shadow period for Mercury going direct. And also Mercury is direct in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter has a lot going on this year, which is wonderful and amazing. And so it's important to check out where Jupiter is in your astrology chart, where Jupiter is presenting itself in your astrology chart, and what house it's in and stuff like that,
Hmm.
because it gives you a lot more information about you. I mean, I'm all about astrology because it just gives you such an in-depth understanding of who you are, what you've come here to do, like those kinds of things, like the south node and north node are about, your life purpose. Why did you come here, and what did you come here to overcome? Like those kinds of things. So there's so many amazing aspects that you can learn about yourself. And there's a lot of free things on the internet that you can look up for like a brief outline just to show you, your sun, your moon, your rising, and that kind of stuff. So, but Jupiter's associated with expansion, growth, optimism, spiritual growth, evolution, and learning about yourself, learning about how you can make positive changes within yourself and outside of yourself, as far as like as within, so without, right? So when we do positive changes within ourselves, we reflect that in the world that we live in and the world that we are literally uh, creating or aligning with. So it's a big sense of, if you feel crappy within, you're going to see crappy stuff outside of you.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's not easy for us as human beings to process, because we're like, well, it's not my fault that that's happening, or is it like, but it's very much a play on everything is energy. Energy is everything, and what you give your and what you give your attention to, you give power to. So if you are focusing on things that create chaos within you, or focusing on things that create a sense of ick, I call, crappy energy ick within you,
Icky energy.
yeah, then that's what you're going to see more of. So when you give your attention to something, you create more of that, because we are vibrational creatures, we are magnetic creatures and magnetic beings. So what we think about, we bring about, is basically what it comes down to. So Jupiter is encouraging us to bring out a lot of positive aspects and influences. It's a very, very favorable sign. Sagittarius is a very favorable sign, um, and Pisces and Sagittarius this year, like this is all about your power year, growth, expansion, learning, higher learning of yourself and spirituality, and growth in all aspects of your life. Like Jupiter is your center, so to speak. Um, so just make sure you're taking that time to, you know, go within, ask yourself about yourself. Um, so with us being in the shadow period for Mm, us being in the shadow period for this next little while. So, and I'd say it's usually about 2 weeks for the shadow period after we come out of any retrograde. So we're still in that Mercury shadow period. So Mercury is about, communication and, technological issues and all this kind of stuff when it's in retrograde. So it's really important to be mindful of how you're communicating with yourself and others right now, and really, again, going within and asking yourself about your own communication style and how you are communicating with others, and in what, like, where is it coming from within you, because that's really important, especially in the shadow period. um so when we're talking about Mercury, like, people, like, I know a lot of people get, oh my god, Mercury retrograde, ugh. But retrogrades are all about reviewing, revising, and gaining deeper understanding. So it's very important to flow with it and allow it, and to be present with it and work with that energy. So not allowing yourself to, you know, look at it in a negative way, because it's just helping you to be the best you. It's helping you to be in that place of energetic bliss, energetic understanding from within, and really using that mindfulness and that higher consciousness for yourself. So it helps right now with this transit. It's helping our creative flow. It's very much about straightforward communication, um, exploration of ourselves, exploration of how we're feeling and why we're feeling, and but allowing ourselves to let the flow. So it's like feel, deal, heal, and release. So it's very optimistic. We have a very optimistic approach to challenges now with this dynamic. So it's important to be present with yourself, and it's really going to help you to advance your spiritual like ambitions and your spiritual goals, so that you can align with your highest self, align with your best vibration, and really tap into that abundant energy that you are. Because remember, we are all these beautiful divine beings, human beings, but we're also source at the same time. So I always say we're source and skin. So really tap into that, and understand your communication style and how you communicate with yourself and others outside of you. So that transit is really going to help with that over the next couple of weeks. January the 11th, we have new moon in Capricorn. Um, New moons, I know many people do like rituals and stuff like that for manifesting and creating and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of people do journaling and vision boards and journal vision journals and stuff like that. So just take this time to really tap in to the higher vibrational parts and aspects of this Capricorn moon. So it's like a more we're going to gain a more structured routine in our personal growth, and how we're taking care of ourselves, how we're taking care of our thoughts, how we're taking care of our physical bodies, how we're taking care of our emotions, and all of that. So it's really helping us to achieve a higher expansion, like a higher spiritual expansion, a higher energetic expansion, and really ground into our intrinsic selves, the core of who we are, the soul self, the source self, whatever you want to call it. Capricorn's an earth sign, so it's very much about grounding and uh, like centering within yourself, and centering and grounding into that highest vibration, highest frequency of love, highest frequency of who you are, of the light energy, and really connecting with bless Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it, and deepening that connection in a sense of gratitude and appreciation. She doesn't need, like, Mother Earth, bless Gaia, doesn't need us, we need her, is what it comes down to. So it's really finding balance in that, and respect in the overall well-being of all of us, like the planet and us, because we have to live in this beautiful, peaceful place together, and coexist, right? So um this transit is about aligning with more stability within our physical lives. So people talk about manifesting, and manifesting is more of being a vibrational match to what you want to create in the world. So you can't have a negative mindset about something and then try to create it. So money is obviously one of the most wanted manifesting things ever. So, but you can't have a poverty mindset while trying to manifest an abundant life and an infinite wealth. So it's very much about finding that balance, so that you know that you are worth, like, you are worthy, you are an incredible divine being who deserves to have this beautiful, infinitely wealthy life in all aspects. So it's not just about money, it's also about, you know, infinite wealth and love, infinite wealth and health, infinite wealth and abundance in bliss and joy and happiness and all those things. Like, don't hyper focus on one thing. Understand the vastness of what infinite wealth is and abundance is. Um, so this is the time during this new moon for planting those seeds for achievement and success and whatever you have been trying to create over the last year. You've created space by releasing all the toxicity and the garbage. I mean, we're still mutating all of this kind of stuff and we're still transmuting it and everything right now. But we're creating space for this high vibrational energy. And it's a good time to reflect on your spiritual journey and celebrate who you are. Celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate the fact that you are this beautiful divine being and you literally have the power to live the life that you truly want to live. And that is very inspiring. So you have to celebrate who you are, celebrate how far you've come, celebrate the fact that even like we look at some of the more mundane things, like, I used to be a very road ragey person. And, and now someone cuts me off or, they're driving what I feel like is erratically. I no longer get upset with it or get frustrated with it or get pissed off about it. I'm just like, maybe that person's having a bad day. And I keep on with my day, like no harm, no foul. So it's about celebrating that, hey, I didn't, lose my mind and road rage out. I just kept my cool and stayed in my vibration. So it's celebrating every single aspect of ourselves, celebrating every single triumph and victory and joyful expression, because that is giving us more power. That is giving us more opportunity to anchor deeply into that spiritual journey and understanding the power that you are, understanding the power that you have in this unity consciousness and in this balance with our source self. So use the new moon to celebrate yourself, to allow yourself to continue to create space for the abundant energy and be in that mindset of abundance, be in that mindset of infinite wealth, be in that mindset and be the vibration of joy, of happiness, of bliss. And, coming through gratitude for everything that you have, everything you have overcome, everything that you continue to co create for yourself is really important, because it's going to really help you to utilize this energy for your highest and your greatest good. Okay. Um on and remember, with the new moon, with any moon transits, we have shadow energy. So we're already feeling the new moon energy because we feel it for 3 days prior to and 3 days afterwards. So we're already in that vibration of the new moon energy. So it's next week. So we're already feeling it. We're already starting to embrace it. But so this is a perfect time to let go of everything that is not in alignment with your highest vibration or your highest frequency. So also on January the 12th, we have Juno in retrograde. So Juno is an asteroid. It's one of the largest asteroids in our solar system. And it's considered like the larger main belt asteroid. And it orbits the sun. So it's not a planet, but because of the size of it, it's still, when it retrogrades, we're still affected by it. So it orbits the sun, and it's between Mars and Jupiter. So it's very powerful, and Mars and Jupiter are very strong and powerful planets just on their own. So this asteroid is kind of doing a loop, I guess you would say, and engaging the energy of not just itself, but the planets around it and the sun energy. So Juno is associated with partnerships, with commitment, like the dynamics of commitment, relationships. Like not just romantic relationships, but relationships with friends, family, coworkers, like just relationships in general. And it can bring up a lot of past energy. So it's like how you feel now compared to how you felt in a relationship in your past, whether whether it was a friend, whether it was a romantic relationship, whatever. So it's very much about releasing and understanding past patterns so that you can, move forward and you can be in the present moment with who you are now and with who you are, so that you understand who you are in this relationship with yourself, because our relationships with ourselves, that's the most important relationship that there is. So take time to like understand the dynamics of past relationships and learning the lessons from past relationships. What did this relationship come to teach me? Because every single relationship we have in encountered in life has come forward to teach us something, but it's up to us to learn from it. It's up to us to be open to those lessons and be open to gaining more wisdom about um, what these things have come forward to teach us. Um, so ask yourself, what lessons did I learn from this? How can I use those lessons to better my relationship with friends, family, so on and so on and so on. And it's going to give you more insight into, I guess, a sense of commitment with who, like, what relationships are you committed to? Are you committed to growth in this relationship? Are you committed to healing in that relationship? Like, where are you committed in a sense of what does the word commitment, number one, mean to you? And how can I better the relationships from within and with the people that are closest to me, or the people that, you know, are a part of my life, a big part of my life. So um, remember that retrogrades are about reviewing, reevaluating, and reassessing. So with Juno going retrograde, it's asking us to reevaluate and reassess and review our relationships in our lives. And that's an important part of our lives because we're social creatures, we're human beings, and we're social creatures. So understanding our relationships and understanding our relationship dynamics is very important. And what is healthy, what is not healthy, what is supportive, what is not supportive. Where am I extending myself, or where am I not positively contributing to myself, or relationships around me. So it's going to help you to really create healthier relationships through this retrograde. And it's also retrograde in Virgo. That's my sun sign. So it's very important to um people say that Virgos are very logical minded and whatnot, but it's more, we're very feeling. We live through our feelings. So it it's about tapping into that place within you to say, am I doing my best for this relationship through myself, like through me? Like, how am I interpreting certain things, or how am I transmuting things and stuff like that? So it's important to, feel your way through these things and feel your way from your highest self and from the higher perspective, where there's no ego involved, so to speak, or shadow energy that is coming up to, disrupt a healthy pattern or try to cause chaos where chaos doesn't need to be, that kind of thing. So this is very much about inner work and finding balance and asking yourself, are the relationships in my life, are they aligned with my personal and spiritual evolution and balance and positive connections and things like that? So it's important to, just kind of take a step back, take a breath, and ask yourself those kinds of questions. Um, Healing your past wounds through your shadow work and through your ego work are really going to help you with this retrograde. And it's like addressing those unresolved issues or emotions that are impacting your current relationships. Like, what things have you kind of stifled, or what things have you not dealt with, or what things are unresolved, or that you have kind of left in the on the back burner because it's something, like, a lot of people compartmentalize things. So what do I need to bring forward in order to understand and create a healthier environment for myself and in building healthier relationships and impacting what's impacting your current relationships from maybe some past issues. So this is a very huge transformative energy that is completely about relationships of all dynamics. So address whatever issues you've been overlooking, that you've ignored, that you've stifled or neglected, so to speak, because it's going to help you to really step into your power. It's an opportunity to align with healthy relationships and your higher purpose, and align with those relationships that are in support of your higher purpose and in support of the vibration of your healed self and your higher self. Um, and it's also a good time to explore like how relationships are helping you to tap into that inner wisdom and helping you to tap into your expansion and that personal growth and really deepen your connection with your heart center. I teach my clients to drop into your heart, because when we come from our heart center, we're coming from the purest part of ourselves, without fear, without ego, without shadow. And it's important for you to, really delve into that and say everything that comes from love is beneficial. Love breeds more love. So when we're dealing with issues or situations or people, places, things, when we're dealing with it through our heart center, we have the ability and the capability to do that from the higher perspective and through, the vibration of love, the vibration of your highest self. um it's going to lead you to like a deeper and more authentically fulfilling spiritual practice for you in dealing with healthy relationships and allowing healthy relationships, and understanding that maybe this relationship is not healthy for me and not aligned where I am at right now. So let me just, do some of that inner work and see where we're at afterwards, kind of thing. So, just really tap back into that place of your self-empowerment and work from your heart center, because that is the most beautiful place to work through when it comes to any kind of relationships, whether, again, if it's friends, family, whatever. Um okay, and January 20th, we have Pluto entering Aquarius. So Pluto will enter Aquarius until 2044. It's going to take a brief stint for a couple of months when it retrogrades in Capricorn, but then in November it will be back in, because it's with, from now until September it's in Aquarius, and then it goes retrograde into Capricorn, and then November it goes back into Pluto, or sorry, Pluto back goes back into Aquarius until 2024. Or sorry, January of 2044. So that's, you know, quite a long stint. Aquarius and Pluto are a powerhouse when it comes to energetic uh, things. So it's like it's revolutionary changes and total transformation. It's also the planet of the underworld, rebirth, empowerment, and the unconscious. So we have a whole new era that we are entering, and that's this year's vibration. Like, we are in this amazing place of expansion, change, um, growth, happiness. Like, we're creating a beautiful place as this. Like, I mean, people talk about the split or talk about 3D to 5D and all this kinds of these all kinds of aspects, but this transit with Pluto in Aquarius is supporting this expansion and supporting this rebirth, because we're literally birthing a new world. We're literally birthing a place of light, love, joy, bliss, happiness, harmony, peace, and, passionate creativity and stuff like that. So this opportunity is magnificent and supportive, but it can also feel very heavy because change is not easy for many of us. So allowing yourself to flow through the changes, allowing yourself to change what you think, what needs to be changed within you, whether or not you agree with it or whether or not you feel that it's something that needs to change. Because when we put up resistance, it causes more disconnect and causes more degree of separation, because shifting from a 3D to a 5D energy is shifting from hate and war and suffering and all these kinds of, judgments and anger and all this kind of stuff into something that we're not used to as being human, because where we're shifting into is a world of light and harmony and bliss and joy and peace and all of that. But it doesn't feel natural to us because we were born into a physical world, the 3D, and we're transiting into a higher vibration or higher frequency, and it can feel very awkward and unhealthy and not fun. So allow yourself time, allow yourself patience, love. Um, it's a really important time to go within. It's a really important time to be resistance free to change, be resistance free to that alignment with your inner source, that alignment with your higher self, that alignment with happiness. And it's a great time to do some chakra work. Like when we work with our root chakra, it's about feeling safe and secure in change. It's about feeling safe and secure in expansion, safe and secure in receiving love and joy and happiness and alignment and all of that. So, we're literally stepping into a new era of not only personal experience, but the collective experience and the collective expansion as well. So, you know, it's it's about movement. Like Aquarius is an air sign, so it's about fluid movement, and it's about breathing that fresh air, breathing that abundance, and breathing in that blissful alignment that we've come here to remember, that we are that we are aligned, that we are these beautiful co-creators and creators. So really taking that time to work with the change and finding new ways to move forward, finding new ways to tap into that evolution of change, that evolution of power and divinity is really, really supportive for this energy of drastic and immediate change. Um, the more we allow the evolution to happen, I guess you could say, the stronger we become in who we are and in this place of joyful abundance. So open yourself to receiving, open yourself to being in that place of who you've come here to be and in that place of divine alignment. Um, it's really, it can feel heavy. It can feel like you're ripping off the band-aid, so to speak, but it's really important for you to work through that healing and allow things that need to be healed to heal completely. Like if you keep picking at a scab that's trying to heal, it's not going to heal completely. So allow yourself to feel it, to deal with it, to heal it and release it, and give yourself that freedom to invite that higher vibrational and higher frequency energy of alignment to come forward. All right. So then on January 25th, we have the full moon in Leo. Um, Full moons are generally about releasing and shining light on the things that have been hidden in the shadow. So again, old energies. When we compartmentalize things, it's about seeing where we need to pull things out to say, okay, I really need to deal with this, really need to deal with that. And it also shows us the aspects of what we have created over the past moon cycle. So, you know, Leo's high vibrational self is very much about creativity and self-expression and confidence and self-empowerment, and really staying true to who you are, really staying true to yourself. So use this full moon to, like, again, in alignment with the new moon, celebrate who you are, celebrate who you were, because we can't hate who we were, we can't look down on who we were and not be happy where we are. So you lovingly release the aspects of you that don't serve you any longer. Lovingly release the aspects of you that were in survival mode and or lived in fight or flight and that kind of thing. So celebrate who you are in this moment. Lovingly release the aspects that no longer serve you, and step into that power of who you are creating for moving forward. Like you're creating this place of confidence and being very heart-centered, because Leo is a very heart-centered sign, and it's ruled by the sun, so shine your light, shine your brightest self, your highest self, and really work through the any lower vibrational lingering things that you are not proud of, or that you are holding in the 3D, that are based in judgment or shame or guilt or anything like that. Like, lovingly release those aspects so that you have created space for that sun to shine in, for that light that you are to shine forward. And um it's like the sun also symbolizes ego. So align with your healed ego, your highest vibration of ego. Because people talk about, death of the ego and all that kind of stuff, but there's, again, different frequencies of our ego. So lower vibrational ego is based in the 3D, and that's where shame, guilt, anger, judgment, all that kind of stuff is. But your higher vibrational ego is confident and self-assured and creative and loving and heart-centered. So take this time to really tap into that divine within and connect with yourself and others through that love and compassion of, the highest vibration of Leo with this full moon. Because when you drop into your heart center, you're coming from that place of your authenticity and of your power and of your joy and of your healed aspects. So release all the things that are not serving you, and just, step into your power with this first full moon of 2024. Okay. All right. So I also wanted to just kind of touch on some beautiful crystals that are really beneficial for this month. So we have a raw piece of citrine, which is magnificent. Citrine is one of my favorites, and it's multifunctional. So you can work with citrine for the new moon, for the full moon, or just on a daily basis throughout the month. And of course, rose quartz is always, and this is a raw piece of rose quartz. And rose quartz, again, heart centered. So that's a beautiful one to use while you are working on releasing things that don't serve you. I love using the towers for releasing, because when you hold it, because the tower is directed, up, so you're releasing the things that don't serve you, and you're also calling in love, like loving energy and high vibrational energy and light energy. And labradorite is also a wonderful one to use, because labradorite's all about transformation. So those are just a couple of crystals that are super beneficial for this transit and for this month's energy and everything that's going on. I mean, I would need about 5 hours to talk about all of the transits that are happening, because literally the like planets transit every day. There's something going into something every single day. So, do your research and feel your feels, guys, and really understand that this transformation is all about expansion, is all about you becoming a vibrational match to a beautiful whole new world, basically. So it's really asking us to step into our full power, step into the power of love, as cheesy as that sounds, and step into, that high vibration of light. We this year is all about transformation, expansion, and really living in the highest vibration of love, really living in the highest vibration of abundance and joy and infinite wealth in all aspects. So take the time to effortlessly integrate this high frequency vibration and allow yourself to be really present. Allow yourself to be very in alignment. And when you're feeling out of alignment, be okay with that too, and lovingly walk and deal your way through it. So use your healthy tools, use your healing tools. So whether it's being out in nature, whether it's mindful practices or meditations, yoga, working out, eating clean, whatever resonates with you, in order to keep you in alignment and to pull you back into alignment. Because remember, we people talk about, you need to protect your energy, you need to um, not be pulled out of your energy. But it's not so much about protecting our energy, it's about being our energy and standing in our full power, that no matter where we are, no matter who we are around, that we are our genuine and authentic selves. And we're, anchored in that love, and we're anchored in that light. Because Nobody can pull us out of our energy without our permission or without our authority to say, yes, you can pull me out of my vibration. So really take that time to, go within when you're triggered about anything, whether you're working through whatever experiences or situations or whatever, go within and ask yourself, where am I allowing myself to feel disempowered? Because nobody can make us feel. We have to remember that nobody can make us feel. We choose. And that's not something easy for our human to understand, because when people's actions have you feeling a certain way, it's up to us to transmute that and to understand why we are feeling a certain way because of somebody else's whatever. So we can't expect others to behave a certain way in order for us to feel better. We have to feel better because we're choosing to. So don't focus so much on I have to protect my energy, because that's a very fear-based mentality. Focus more on I'm standing full and strong and confident in my energy. And that will help you to, transmute the things that are not meant for you, or transmute the things that are not healthy and supportive. Because this whole rebirthing that we are going through is powerful, and it is magnificent, and it is for our highest and our greatest good, because we are definitely into that alignment of 5D, into that alignment of new earth, into that alignment of the frequency of love, the frequency of light, especially with all of the solar activity that's happening. Do some research on CMEs, which is coronal mass ejections, um, solar activity, Schumann resonance. All of the kinds of things will help you to gain a deeper understanding of what is happening energetically on a regular basis, and how you can best utilize the energy for your empowerment and for your benefit, and for you to feel and be in that vibration of the high frequency, and in like really anchored into that vibration of your highest self and your source self. Because yes, we are living as these beautiful human beings, but we are multidimensional beings. So, do your research, and whatever resonates with you is for you, but make sure you're coming from that heart center. Make sure you're coming from that place of creative power, where you are being the vibrational match to all the wonderful things that are in store for us this year. And really take time to be with yourself and clear the things that are heavy and toxic and not healthy for you. So understanding who you are, understanding that you are a beautiful and amazing divine multidimensional being is a big part of that. So look after you, body, mind, and spirit, and really connect your mind and heart, because our thinking mind can get us into that place of doubt, fear, worry, and that's also part of the unhealed ego mind that is very 3D. So it's about releasing the 3D aspects of ourselves and really fully anchoring and aligning with the 5D, with the higher vibration and the higher frequency of love. Okay. All right, my loves, thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whenever you're seeing this. And I hope to see you again on our next live.